Welcome back to another Backpage Gaming video. Today we are taking a look at the beast himself. We're looking at Erling Haaland. I'm joined by Robbie.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And we've got somebody else. Introduce yourself.
It's me, I'm back, it's Sam.
Oh, Jesus, wept, honestly. We've not missed him. But anyway, we're looking at Haaland. I was lucky enough to pack him. And yeah, boys, I know you're going to be doubting me because he's a clunky boy. He's a big 6'4" beast. And he's an absolute animal. He's the best striker I've used so far this year.
Really?
Yeah, by far.
It doesn't surprise me, actually.
I'm not scared. I like big boys and I'm not afraid to admit it.
I think the finishing's just important this year.
Yeah, the shooting is huge. So obviously Jack's used him. Let's get to the bottom of it. First thing I want to bring up, Jack.
Yes.
He's quick. He's rapid. A lot faster than last year. One thing I noticed with my beady eye, though, the pace split's a bit sus.
To be honest with you, I would have never noticed it.
Really?
If you hadn't told me. I didn't actually look at his in-games that in depth, really, before using him. You know, if you do that, sometimes I think you can't help but notice things about cards that annoy you, if that makes sense. But with Haaland, obviously, he's got 82 and 94. But genuinely, when he gets running, when he's flying, he is a train. There is no stopping Haaland. There's no brakes on him whatsoever. And that's one thing I liked about him is that this year I think you can use players like that are just unstoppable, like him, Lukaku, maybe Kane to some extent. You know, the more physical strikers that are slower. I say not slower, but maybe you'd define them as clunky, wouldn't you? Like last year, you know what I was like, boys. You would not see me dead using Haaland on that game. Whereas this year, honestly, it was a pleasure to use him. He was really, really good. He really impressed me.
Fair enough. I mean, he does look fantastic. The pace is astonishing. You know, like, what was he last year? Like 84 pace. So it is a big increase. And
he's had a fat upgrade in general.
Yeah, he's got a unique body type as well.
He's gone from FIFA 20, for context, he was a 73 at the start.
That's crazy.
I mean,
and now he's an 88.
I just refuse to look at anything else but 91 shooting. That's just like ridiculous at this point in the game.
Yeah.
I bet just tap it and it goes in, right?
Genuinely, this is the first card that I've used, and I was like, I didn't feel not worried, but I didn't feel so pressured to choose the right shot with him. I think he scored a lot more for me. He was a lot better in front of goal. If you've not been using the low-driven shots, I've started using those today, and they are very, very effective. Yeah, especially with 94 shot power. Genuinely, lads, he bangs them in. I was surprised, however, when it said he did not have the finesse shot trait. Now, that is a lie, okay? His finesse shots were banging. His positioning was fantastic. I'd say his positioning almost felt better than 89, if that's possible. He was in the right place at the right time so often. Obviously, he's got an aerial threat. I didn't actually score any headers with him, simply because you find it difficult, don't you, to change your game. So, I never crossed.
We need to adapt, don't we, first?
Yeah, for a whole year of FIFA, I didn't cross the ball. So,
I think crossing's a thing this year?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. It is, yeah. I've scored quite a few headers.
I've conceded a few corners as well, which is always fun. But Haaland is definitely the most complete striker I've used so far.
Okay.
But it's not without his demerits, his whatever the word is. He has got some bad things.
All his curves and all his edges, if you will.
Yeah, I didn't like about him so much, and I'm guessing you boys can already guess what I didn't like about him.
Agility and balance, one to bring up. Not fantastic. They don't paint him in glory. Did you notice it? Does he feel clunky?
Yes, he does feel clunky. But you know what? I think it says a lot that I know he feels clunky, and
but you still enjoyed
he is. But I still enjoyed him, and he's still very usable. For me, personally, he's not my type of striker. But for a lot of people that like that type of player, it's going to be more meta viable this year. Whereas last year, if you use like a normal Lukaku or something at the start, like you did, Rob, you'd be branded a maniac and a psychopath, and you didn't know what you were doing. Whereas this year, I think, I've played against Lukaku a few times, and it's an absolute handful.
Yeah.
So these clunky players, they definitely have got their own place in the meta. I still think we've got like Neymar and Mbappe's and all them bullshitters.
They'll be about.
They're still the best, obviously, but I think these guys definitely hang. I was surprised as to how well I got on with him. To be honest with you, he was much much friendlier in person than I thought to be.
One thing that I think if I was going to buy him, Jack, I'd need to have. What's his run animation like?
He looks like an absolute Naruto boy. Honestly, when you see him run, you're thinking, Jesus wept, how is this boy a footballer?
It's just a bit like real life then, isn't it?
But you know what's mad? What's really mad is I actually think his running animation is good for him.
Does it make him quicker? I feel like
it seems to me. Obviously, we beefed on his acceleration, but it feels like he gets going faster than 82 acceleration normally does. I don't know if that's
the
just
long legs,
my imagination or what, but he does actually feel like a bit faster, I'd say, than 82.
Yeah.
There's really not many things wrong with the card. It's just there's some things that I don't love so much. But speaking of that, do you want the end card, boys? Do you want to know what I've actually rated him?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go on then. I am intrigued. I'm expecting.
What do you guess in an overall?
I think a 9.
Split the difference a bit. I've gone for an 8.75.
Right, okay.
So I thought 8.5 was a bit too harsh.
Yeah.
5.9.
Literally, I felt like bootlegger when I was doing it, but I think 9 would be a bit too kind. I think the dribbling is not great.
The skills and weak foot as well I've not touched on. Did you miss them?
Not really, to be honest. The weak foot... I don't know. I didn't really notice the weak foot. I scored a couple on his right, which it didn't really seem a big problem. But 8.75, but he's 100k, okay, and I never know how to deem like 100k at this point, because I think if you've done all the SBCs and you've had even like 1 or 2 pulls, you've probably got 100k to put together.
Even I've got 100k.
Even Sam's got it, and that says everything, to be honest with you. So I've given him a 7.
Okay.
Simply because he does bring a lot to your team. Yeah. And I felt like I had a real presence up top, and someone for them to be a bit scared of and be a bit wary of when I'm attacking with him. Yeah. But I don't think his dribbling kills him once again. But if he had better dribbling, he'd be his value would be going way up. Yeah. For me that was the only thing that I really was a bit annoyed about maybe. Speaking of dribbling, though, I did give him an engine. So obviously that gets his agility and balance up.
It's at 80, isn't it, I think? Yeah,
I think, to be honest, Rob, the unique body type is good for him. But if you had, like Talisca has, what is it, like high and lean or something, tall and lean.
I think that'd help him more.
I think that'd be really nice on him, yeah. I think he'd be an absolute animal with that body type, because Talisca is just unreal. Yeah. It's worth mentioning, though, when Haaland is actually on the ball, his ball control is really good. It's just he feels clunky while doing it. I know it's a bit of a juxtaposition, but he is good in a way, but not good. It's strange. It's like Benzema from last year.
I know what you mean, Rodley, yeah.
But best links, Emre Can.
Looks fantastic.
If you've not used this card already, oh my God, get him in. So playing 4-1-2, him as your CDM. He controls the play. He's probably the best CDM I've used. Yeah. Apart from Kante. I used Kante in the draft, and he was just different gravy. Another Dortmund teammate is Marlon, a bit of a cheaper one. He's fast. Yeah, he's very fast, and he's got good dribbling. Yeah. I think him and Haaland would pair up quite nicely together. And then the other best link I put was Odegaard. He's not really got any any other links apart from Bundesliga. Yeah. You've kind of got to go for somebody else if you want to.
Odegaard gets a nice special card. It could be a bit naughty if 5-star skill.
He genuinely could be. I'd be interested to see that. But altogether, I did really enjoy my time with him. I think that says everything. He looks
like a fun player for the start of the game, doesn't he? Yeah. He's someone you're gonna score with him, and you're gonna have a little smile to yourself, aren't you?
Yeah. Against some of the weaker centre backs at the start, I would 100% use him. Yeah. Like just bullying people. Just imagine his animation, like just yeeting people out of the way with his arms. Yeah.
I will say, I dominated every centre back apart from VVD. He was the only one that kind of had Haaland on a physical level.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying it in like a good way. That it was.
That's the only player that could.
Would you say that VVD is probably the best centre back in the game this year? Maybe
he's up there, isn't he?
I don't know. With
like him and Varane.
Yeah, Varane I think would go for me.
Koulibaly's up there, honestly.
There's a lot of good centre backs, and I think with having like the emphasis on the high defensive stats.
Yeah, I think Virgil could be huge.
I'll be interested to try him.
Same.
Maybe we will try him.
How much is he?
But anyway, he's 200k.
So if you want to see us be able to afford players like that, hit the like button.
Yeah.
And hit the subscribe button. Donate 200k's worth of coins to us. Just let us use it. Honestly, stop being selfish, everyone. But yeah,
we'll do it for you,
Jack. Oh, we'll do. What are we doing for him, Sam?
Anything,
I don't even want to know.
Anything.
Don't even answer the question. We're ending this.
We'll make your dreams come true.
Oh my lord, we're ending this video. Let's stop. I've been Jack.
I've been Robbie.
And I've been Sam.
And we've been Bad Page Gaming. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.